Now from Atlanta News First Plus, this is Sports Tonight.
What's up, what's up, what's up? Happy Friday. Me and Ellie in the house tonight.
Woo, first time in a while.
I know, I've been telling Ellie, I was like, when's the next time you're going to come on? And then finally it happened today, and I was like, this is the best day of my week. Every time I get to come on with her, it makes me so happy.
Emily.
And I didn't realize you were just on yesterday with Bailey, so this is double trouble for us.
It's taped on my desk, but if you were here yesterday, we had the little calm down, it will be okay incident. Everything is fine. I totally don't get heated about the prospect of NHL hockey in Atlanta. Everything is fine. It's a new day. Hi.
You've cooled off a little bit?
Just a little.
Yeah. It's funny that you say that because I want to, at least once or twice a week while I'm just out and about, people ask me about hockey. And this morning I was at an event and I was with some fellow Canadians and they were talking about how
Of course you love hockey. You're Canadian.
Yeah, and their kids though want to see hockey, here because they grew up watching hockey in Canada. So I found that to be very interesting. I
will defer to my words last night on that subject.
Yes,
because we have a lot to talk about today. So.
We do. Well, let's kick it off. All right, let's get it going with the Hawks. They're at the Grizzlies tonight, 8:00 tip on Peachtree TV.
If you were watching, right here. If you're watching ANF earlier, you got to see Alan Devlin and Tori Cooper, our anchors, explore the only thing that's interesting in Memphis, the Bath Pro Shops pyramid.
And the barbecue's good.
The barbecue's good.
Yeah.
Barbecue's good.
So it's kind of interesting because both of these teams are shorthanded.
Both
Lots
teams are
of
shorthanded.
injuries. At this time of the year, though, Ellie, what team is 100% healthy? There aren't any.
Okay, but for the Hawks in particular,
they've taken a hit.
This is a We were talking about Baylor and I were talking about this yesterday as well. How many games have the Hawks played with their normal starting five?
Yeah.
Or what's supposed to be their normal starting five? Maybe 10.
Yeah. No, I mean, you are onto something. I still think the result would be the same because I just don't think this team is amazing. Maybe they'd have a few extra wins. I don't know if you feel that way.
I think if it's this team's normal starting five, they're comfortably in the play-in. Mm-hmm. But I wouldn't say they're the 7th seed. I don't think. But
how unfortunate is it that you literally are in the same position you were last year, 1 year later? You get what I'm saying? That to me is scary. But let's go through the injuries. If you weren't watching yesterday, because I'm sure you and Bailey talked about it, but Kobe Buffkin, which, I mean, he's still a young guy.
He's still a young guy. He spent most of the year in College Park.
Yeah.
The Skyhawks.
But we still have some issues. Left big toe injury. He got an MRI on Monday in New York. Had a follow-up examination with the Hawks, and he's being diagnosed with a left big toe sprain. So he's going to be in a walking boot for 10 days, and then we'll find out more. The same thing is kind of going on with Onyeka. He's been out longer than Trey has, and he has a left big toe sprain. He's in a walking boot, which is actually good because he has not been. And he'll be reevaluated, and we'll know his status in 7 to 10 days. The big hit to me, beyond Trey and Onyeka, has now been Jalen Johnson. So JJ's out tonight.
This is the second or third time he's been injured this season.
Yes, and for anybody who's watched, this kid has made a huge difference on this team this season.
Jalen Johnson has made a huge difference on the court.
Most improved.
You can even it passes the eye test when he is on the court. You don't have to look at the stats. This is a different team when he's on the court.
Yeah, I mean he's made a significant jump from last season to this season. But so he got injured against Cleveland on Wednesday, third quarter of the game, right ankle injury. X-rays were taken. They came back negative, but he was diagnosed with a right ankle sprain. So he did not travel to Memphis today, and he's day-to-day. So that's rough, right? I mean, that's a pack of injuries. Three to major players on the team.
Let she who has not sprained her ankle throw the first stone. I think that's the most common injury in that list because I don't think many people have sprained their big toes.
Could you imagine how annoying that injury must be, though?
Oh my God,
'Cause you don't realize how much you need your toes or how like
until you break one.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then
And
your
then you
balance
have-
is off.
Then
and
you
it
have to deal with
hurts.
it. And
Yeah, it's not right. But I do, the Hawks right now are going through it, and like I said, they've been, I mean, to me, all season, it just hasn't been great. But they've been without Trey. I don't know if you saw this, Ellie. They've been out without him for 6 games now. They're 4-2 over that span, so they actually have a winning record. And if it keeps going that way, good for the Hawks. But what does that tell you? Like, do you read into that at all?
no,
Okay.
no, I really don't.
Okay. I wonder if fans look at that and say like, hey, because I think if I were GM, if I were making calls over there, I would just tear this roster apart this offseason. I don't know if you do it, but for me, and like we've had
Outside
enough
of-
rebuilding seasons. Like the Hawks have rebuilt
Outside
one
of-
too many times, but what would
Outside
you
of-
keep?
Maybe Trey and Jalen. Although if you can get a good package for Trey, happy
Right.
trails.
Yeah, that's how I feel too. I have like no hate towards him. I think he's done great here. He's the face of the franchise. But beyond the Eastern Conference run they had during COVID,
Which was kind of random.
but it was fun. It was great. That was great. They've been chasing that feeling ever
Yeah,
since,
and-
and it's basically been the same team. You still got Clint on the team. You still got Bogey on the team. Trey's on there. I'm trying to think. Like Onyeka was on that team. There weren't. I mean, you had Red Velvet and Kevin
Yeah.
Herter, and then you had what's his face who just made his return. John Collins.
Yeah.
But the roster looks basically the same. Like a lot of the
And
same
it
guys.
hasn't gone anywhere.
No,
So,
and they've kept the team together in hopes that they could make it back. Hadn't happened. So I think some changes are coming. They need to come. But let's get through this
I can
season.
definitely understand the need to hit the dynamite on this one.
Yeah. So we'll see. We're kind of ahead of ourselves, but like the season's dwindling down,
Yeah.
right?
Don't have too much left.
No, but tonight's game in Memphis, watch it on Peachtree TV, Peachtree Sports Network right here, 7:30 pregame, the game, and then you'll get a little bit of postgame. So we got you covered there. But let's keep talking basketball, just a level under. Take it away, Ellie.
Oh boy. Okay. Grayson High School is going to have a very busy day tomorrow
Yes.
at the basketball state finals down in Macon. Both their boys and girls squads made the championship. The girls will play at 5:30 against North Paulding. The boys will play at 7:30 against McEachern. Now, the boys matchup is particularly interesting because both of those two teams are ranked within the Max Preps top 25. Grayson is 11th, McEachern is 12th. So this will be a very fun matchup between two of the top teams in the country. And we went out there to Grayson to interview some of the coaches and the players about tomorrow's games.
Yeah, girls and boys. Take a look.
Obviously, it's a privilege to have an opportunity to play for a state championship. Right? So what would you say is kind of the mindset of your team heading into the game?
Just continue to get better every day. We step on the floor, continue to play the right way, continue to go as hard as they possibly can.
The team seems to have, at least the take I've gotten from a couple players I've talked to, seems to be a real quiet confidence. Like you guys seem to say, okay, I mean, this is almost like you've been here before, but obviously it's kind of new. So where does that quiet confidence come from?
Just the work you put in. We tell them all the time, once you put in the work, like, I don't want to say the rest comes easy, but you've seen everything. Once you know you're prepared, it instills confidence in you.
You guys have had not very many setbacks this year, obviously, at least from a win-loss standpoint. You guys have won a lot of games. So when you think about that, and obviously this is the most important one. So is it the mindset of, look, none of that means anything right now, it's all about this one, or just, when you're getting ready to play for a championship game, what's the thoughts in the days before?
Just to let them know, you know, everything you did throughout the season, regardless if it was the games or the practice or the individual work, has prepared you for the moment. But at the same time, you can't rely on past instances. You can just use them as points of reference, you know, once you hit some adversity during the game, because it's going to come. But you found a lot of success throughout the course of the year. You know, you can kind of, you know, refer back to that when times get tough to let you know you can get the job done.
We just talked about it a second ago. Last time you had the opportunity, you guys got there in 2020. So that would mean that your seniors right now would have been freshmen, right?
No, actually,
So they were just finishing up.
they were in 8th grade.
So when you think about the road, right? I mean, it's hard to get to this point.
Absolutely.
And so when you think about the road it took to get here, just how gratifying would it be to be raising that trophy?
Oh, it'll mean a lot, you know, to the program, you know, the school, the community. Like you said, we made it there a few years ago, and you know, it's hard to get to the game. So we don't take any win for granted. We don't take any of this for granted. We just try to you know, embrace the opportunity, so to speak, because there's a bunch of other teams in the state that would love to trade places with you to play for a state championship. But at the same time, you know, just because the opportunity's there, you still got to seize the moment and take it.
My last question is, it's hard to have one team playing for a state championship, but you guys have girls also competing for a state championship. What's the buzz just kind of been like around the school, just knowing the fact that we got two teams with a chance to walk away with a trophy?
Yeah, the student body and the faculty, they've been on 10 pretty much the whole season. You know, we've been ranked, pretty much both of us been ranked #1 pretty much the whole season. So, you know, the girls have done a really good job, you know, adjusting to having that target on their back. Coach Slater's done a good job prepping them every game. You know, hopefully we both can get it done, you know, do it for the community.
And when you actually, I got one more question. When you think about your opponent this week, I was over there and just kind of see that team. What sort of things do you see to where it makes you know it's going to be a tough one?
You know, they got some talented players on the roster. They've played in big games this year. They've won more games than they've lost, obviously. Just, you know, but we can't really get caught up into that. We got to make sure we're doing what we do, everybody doing their job individually and collectively. And I think we'll come out on top if we can do that.
Well, I've never been here before, so it's a new thing to me. But I know we're gonna get it done. You know, we're gonna play as a team. So yeah.
So I guess off that, I'll ask you what have you seen this year that sort of give you the confidence that you will be able to get it done?
Just a lot of togetherness. Like we don't fold when we're at adversity. We play together, and we just have fun. We don't play too seriously, but we have fun. We have chemistry together.
And when you think about what it takes, obviously you say that you've never been here before, win a championship though. I guess I'm not going to ask, do you see it being a problem, but what sort of hurdles do you think will present itself on Saturday as you go for that goal?
Playing hard the whole game, even though like we might be tired and we might be fatigued, like we just have to play through it and just play our hardest the whole game.
What sort of situations have you been through? You guys only have a couple losses, but what sort of situations have you been through to where you think it'll help you be mentally prepared for such a big game?
In the games that we have lost, we didn't play a whole 32-minute game, so we have to play hard the whole game, you know, play together the whole game.
And so, obviously you guys are playing for a state championship, and the girls are playing for a state championship. Just how cool is that to basically be able to have both teams and both squads be preparing the same week for one?
It's really cool because nor the boys or the girls have ever won a state championship here at Grayson, so it's a cool opportunity.
How's the buzz been the whole week? I mean, obviously it's enough to have one team playing for a state championship, but to have two of them, what's the buzz in the school been like the whole week?
Oh, the school's been excited. You know, people are gonna come out, come watch us. You know, to cheer us on.
You know, it's a great opportunity. I've been working my whole 4 years at Grayson High School, so yeah, it's been a great opportunity, and yeah, state would mean everything.
So, you know, when you think about just what it's been, this had to have been a crazy week, right? Because not just you all have an opportunity to win a state championship, the girls too. So everybody in the school got a chance to play for a state championship.
Yeah.
So what's the buzz been like?
Yeah, it's been crazy. You know, students and teachers have all been saying good job, keep it going. You know, rooting for us to win the state championship. So yeah, it's been great.
Now, when you think about what your team has been this year, guys have only lost a couple games. You come into this championship game, crazy how it was like 14 in a row right now. You guys are
Something like that, yeah.
going off a bunch of games in a row. What gives you the confidence to lead you to believe that you guys have enough to get it done?
You know, everybody believes in us. Like, we play well as a team. You know, we have chemistry, and our coaches believe in us. And, you know, they let us play. They let us play our game. We have freedom, you know, and we play together. So, yeah, those are the top things.
So just how well do you think that, you know, what you've gone through throughout the season, both good and bad, has prepared you for this moment?
Yeah, there's been a lot of ups and downs, but, you know, me and everybody else have learned from them. Even the coaching staff has learned from lots of mistakes and lessons. So, yeah, we've all just been learning, and we're going to put it to the test tomorrow.
And when you think about being a senior, obviously, that'll be your last basketball game right here at Grayson. So what would it mean to you to play your last game at Grayson and be raised in trophy?
It would mean everything, you know. We've just been working for this whole season. I've been working for a state championship since my freshman year. That's been my main goal every single year, to win a state championship. So, yeah, that would just mean everything if we win this next game.
So you guys, you probably have some freshmen on this team, right? Close. So to them, it's got to seem like, oh, man, you come right to high school, you compete for a state championship. This is easy. But you've been here for 4 years and haven't had the opportunity, right? So just what have you been able to tell them about your struggle and what it takes to get there and how hard it is?
Yeah, you definitely, I always tell the younger guys, you definitely got to put the work in. Like, if it was easy, then everybody would be doing it. So, you know, you just got to put in the work. You can't take any days off. You can't take any reps off. You got to do everything like it's your last.
And so when you think about, is it kind of joking in between? I mean, obviously you have the girls playing for a state championship too. Do y'all get on each other like, hey, y'all better win because we can't be the only ones winning. You know, we both got to get it done.
Yeah, well, we know the girls gonna win. It's really on us to win because, you know, the girls, they've been spectacular this season. So, yeah, they have a really good chance at winning. But it's really up to us for us to secure the win on the boys' side as well.
So my last question is, there seems to be, you guys seem to have just sort of top-level confidence that this is your time, right?
Yeah.
I mean, so where does that come from?
Just our work ethic. You know, I feel like we work the hardest in the state. You know, I feel like we deserve this opportunity more than anybody else, and we just got to go take it. That's how I feel.
The opportunity to play for the state championship, one thing is a big thing for me because this is my first time out of my 4 years going to the state championship. I've been close by and get to the state championship so far. And the fact that we're changing the program for Grayson because this is Grayson's first time as well. So this is a big opportunity for everybody, including me. So I'm just excited and having fun on Saturday.
So how wild is it? I know I don't see it too often to have both the girls and the boys playing for a state championship. I guess Coach said it happened a few years ago, but for me that's wild.
Nah, this is exciting because the fact that this year, what I've heard, the girls and boys is actually close for this basketball program, and the fact the community can come out for us and support us, this is big for our community and our school, to be honest.
What's the buzz been like the whole week? I know I went to a high school where 4 straight years they went to the state Final Four, and the buzz was always crazy. So how's the buzz been around the school?
Nah, the buzz has been great. Like, everybody's talking about this game on Saturday. They're talking about they're going to come to support us and everything. It's a big thing for the school because it's the first time in history for boys and girls. Nobody has won it. So it's just exciting just to be the ones that actually win first because we're before the boys. So this is going to be a big thing for us and the school as a whole.
So for you personally, obviously you say you're nationally ranked, headed to Georgia Tech. So what, and you wrapping up your time in high school. So just imagine, I guess I'm asking where the feeling's going to be like when you step on the court, probably the right time.
The feeling's always going to stay the same, one game at a time. And right now, this is putting my all into this one game. So the fact that I know this might be my last game in Georgia, and high school-wise, it's just I'm put all in on the court. No backing down for nothing, and just give my 100 every time.
And as a leader, being a senior, and being the kind of player that you are, what did you say to some of your teammates this week as you get ready for, obviously, the biggest game you guys ever played?
I just been telling my teammates, be confident. Don't worry about the crowd, everything. We just stick together always. We always got each other back, and just be confident. Just play our game. And once we play our game, it's just we have fun and everything. So just be confident is the biggest thing.
It's been a long week just of hard work and like dedication because we played on Saturday and we have a whole week into the championship. It's our first time in history, and we're built for this. We worked all season for this. We've climb the ladder every day in practice just to get here, and we're blessed to be here.
What's it been like? Like you said, you guys are the first team to have an opportunity, first girls team to have an opportunity to do that. That's got to be a lot of pressure, right?
No, we just think it was another game. We want to take one game at a time, and that's what we did throughout the state tournament, was just take it one game at a time, because we know where we wanted to go, we knew the mission, and we're just here to complete it.
How did this team get here? Besides just winning games.
Practice was hard. You know, going back and forth at times, like disagreements, but we all stuck together at the end of the day. You know, it's the glue that keeps us together, the chemistry that we build on and off the court, especially off the court. We always hang out, and that's what kind of brings the chemistry on the court and just keeps us together.
Just from what you've seen of your opponent, what's it going to take to seal the deal and get it done?
Just use our chemistry to our advantage. We have depth that other teams in Georgia really don't have. You know, we have pieces that aren't regular. We have.
Let's start that one again.
All right. So we have depth. We're going to use our depth to our best ability. We're going to take advantage of the opportunities that we get in the game to run the floor. Our chemistry will definitely take advantage of that as well to keep together, because some teams might break down, but we learn how to stick together when it's hard and we face adversity.
So my last question for you is, obviously, it doesn't happen too often where you have the boys' team and the girls' team the same weekend with the chance to win it all. The school hasn't been going crazy, right? How's that been, just as far as just the buzz all week?
It's been really exciting just to all be here. Like, this feels great to be amazing. Like, it's amazing to have both teams to go to the championship. We both can have a chance to win it all, and I hope the boys, you know, come through for us, because we know that we're here for one reason and one reason only.
Now, do you tease them sometime and be like, hey, y'all better get it done, man, because if we get it done and y'all don't, man, we're going to be messing with y'all all week next week.
Some of us be on the coaches like, we need y'all to get it done. We trying to have that ring ceremony together, just to be here together.
All right, and we are back. You just heard from Grayson, boys and girls teams playing tomorrow for state titles. 7A, that's the
7A.
class, the biggest there is. What's kind of cool, Grayson's only lost 2 games this season, the boys, and the girls haven't lost any. The boys have already beaten Macon, which means nothing in a title game. However, it's looking, and you did say 11th and 12th nationally. Grayson just being ranked one place.
One higher.
Yeah. Than Macon.
You've got a lot of Georgia teams on that list. You
Yeah.
have Kell at 16. You have a couple others scattered throughout the state in that top 25. So
Yeah, we often think of Georgia as a football state, but there are some decent basketball teams around
only
here.
decent, only the best, 11th and 12th best among the thousands of high school basketball programs scattered around the country.
Yeah, seriously. But yeah, so tomorrow in Macon should be a fun day. We're going to be out there, and check us out tomorrow night on Atlanta News First and Peachtree TV for the results of those games. But time to move on to Kirk Cousins coming to Atlanta. That's basically that's been all over my feed all week. And his wife is from here, and rumors are out there saying, they're looking for a home.
Looking for a home down here, yada, yada, yada.
I like his chances, though. I got to tell you, I like his chances of coming here and grooming the next quarterback who will be the future of the franchise. I don't know why, Ellie, but something tells me it's going to be he'll be coming here. They're still going to draft a young quarterback.
That's what I've seen. Apparently, an anonymous general manager told The Athletic that one of the likely scenarios is the Falcons trading with the Bears, not for Justin Fields, but for the number 1 pick.
Yeah.
And drafting likely Caleb Williams in that spot.
I guess it just depends on how much they love Caleb Williams,
They
right?
Clearly, if he's the number 1 pick, a lot of people do.
Yeah, listen, okay, nobody get mad at me for this, but I like Jaden Daniels. Probably because I got to see more of him play in the SEC.
Yeah, that's fair.
He's a little smaller, I will say that. But as you just talked about, one NFL GM, a lot of scouts out there said they looked very similar, and they were like 1A and 1B at the combine. So I don't.
We could end up seeing Williams 1, Daniels 2.
Yeah.
Which doesn't really. I wouldn't shock anybody, even if I said that a month ago.
I know. It's just about getting the right player in the right system and the right team. I mean, honestly, somebody like a Tom Brady drafted in the 6th round, went to the right team, right system. He flourished, became the best quarterback that ever was like in recent history. But Patrick Mahomes will probably take that over.
And that's a similar thing.
Yeah.
Mahomes just went to the right system.
Right. So if you're drafted to the right place and the team has an idea for where they want to take you, they will push you and have you go there. So we'll see what happens, but it is interesting, and free agency is coming up, and I mean this is all going to happen very soon in the next week or so. So while we'll be dealing with pro day at UGA, we might also be dealing with a veteran quarterback coming to Atlanta. So that's always good. When it rains, it pours, Allie. Moving on. Max Fried at spring training. Do you have the stats up? I'm about to pull them up.
I do not have them up at
All right.
the moment.
Today, I believe it was his second start in spring training. Listen, are you going to read into this? I don't know. Are you a fan that, reads into things like this? Are you, Ellie? I don't.
I mean, I try not to read into them too much. It's spring training.
Yeah.
You're facing a lot of different guys. You're not necessarily facing, a major league roster all of the time.
No, that's a great point.
So really, it's more, you're just trying to warm up and get your mechanics right. And you're not, I'm not, as a fan, as interested in, oh my God, this person went, hit it like 600 in spring training, unless that person is trying to make a roster. A roster.
No.
Max Fried has his spot.
Yeah, he does. But where is he going to be in the rotation? Now that's kind of interesting. But not his best performance today. All that to say, 3 innings pitched, allowed 4 earned runs on 5 hits, struck out 2, walked 2, 6-6 tie against the Pirates. You probably don't want to see that from a guy who has been your ace the last few seasons, despite the injuries and stuff. But I do think, Ellie, we're going to see Spencer Strider on opening day.
Oh, certainly. As
their number 1 guy.
Yeah.
That's what I think. During spring training, he's the first guy who took live BP, was pitching against the guys in a bullpen, all that stuff. So right now, signs point to Spencer Strider. I'm not mad about it, but that also could have to do with the fact that Max Fried might not be a Brave next season, right? True. So there's a lot of things that I think will go into this. And Alex Anthopoulos is probably, playing his cards and moving his things on the board. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Man is a wizard. No one knows what he's doing.
He has done a fantastic job. He is Canadian. I love to give him a shout out when I can. But he's done some great things for the club, and whether Max Fried stays or goes, but if he does go, it's strictly a money move. It has nothing to do with anything else because the Braves just don't pay. They
All
just
right,
don't.
Real quick, what's on your mind?
No. What's on yours? Because I'm going to tell you what. I don't have much on my mind right now, but I do have the fact that you always have the best what's on your minds because you will go and find the craziest story somewhere.
I don't think this is a particularly crazy story. This is just me musing a little bit. If you don't play MLB The Show, if you haven't seen, they are finally allowing female characters in Road to the Show this year, the sort of career mode in that game. And I am a trans woman. I have been playing MLB The Show since 2018. I transitioned in 2021, and one of the few things I genuinely mourned during my transition, that there is not a lot about that I miss about being the other guy, but one of the few things is being able to see myself in my Road to the Show character. Aww. And I'm very glad that I get to have that back.
Well, that's amazing. See, you always have good things I can never match. You always have these really thoughtful and good things that you find, and that's amazing. I'm so that makes me happy.
Thank you, Emily.
Listen, you just got to be able to be yourself, authentically yourself. And if things around you, specifically sports, help anybody do that, then I'm all in for that. So yeah, let's finish. Let's end on that note because I can't end it any better. Everyone enjoy your weekend. Stay safe out there. Again,
stay tuned for some Hawks basketball.
Yeah. Have a good night, guys.